Okay, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some professional trading strategies that we've come by, and hence the name that we have is professional trading strategies, based on what other professionals do in any given market. The market that we're going to be talking about is crude oil, because that's the market that I trade the most, that I've made the most money in, and have the expertise that I have in. To me, it's a lot easier to learn the personality of a market and take that market with its personality and be able to use that to your advantage. Whereas if you're trading other markets, they do have a slightly different personality. One might say if a candle pattern or something works on one market, it works on the other market equally. And to some degree that is true. However, they're letting something very important out, and that's the fact that some markets don't run like other markets, and they don't run the same. They may stay range-bound much more frequently, and you need to know that about the personality of the market in order to know how far somebody can usually take a trade. And all this can be done before you ever get into any trades, and make sure that you have a reasonable risk-reward. For instance, crude oil likes to run fairly frequently 12 ticks. And when I say fairly frequently, at least 10 times a day we're going to run 12 ticks without any hindrance or any coming back and retracement. However, oftentimes it will run 20 tick to 30 tick increments, and that may be 3 to 7 times a day. Whereas it'll run 50 ticks, but maybe that'll only occur once a day, sometimes twice a day. So if you know that given market, you can have a reasonable target and a reasonable reward. I'm not a believer in runners, although a lot of professionals use runners, and they do fairly well with it, but we have a retracing market nowadays. So anyway, what I'm going to do is just briefly go over this disclaimer with you, and you could read it. It's right in front of you. This is the government disclaimer, talking about the potential risks of futures and options, and the potential rewards. Any of the risks, you've got to be willing to accept them in order to invest in futures and options. Don't trade with money that you can't afford to lose. This is not a solicitation for anything, futures, options, or anything like that. There's no representation being made that any account's going to achieve anything similar. Past performance of this methodology or system is not necessarily indicative of future performance. And on and on and on. There's a CFTC rule. You can read that for yourself. So let's go ahead and go to the charts. Okay, we're going to move that out of the way. And here we are on a 1 minute chart. What we're going to do is just talk about a professional strategy that can be employed and used in the futures market that has produced fairly good results on a constant basis. So what we want to do is we want to look for an impulse move that is extreme from a consolidated region, such as this move up right here, and then another consolidation. When that market breaks out of that consolidation, it generally will make a one-to-one leg. So if that leg here is of the length of this in the market, you generally want to expound that and bring that to the bottom of the retracement, and then the next leg is of similar size. So when we have a professional-led movement in the market, the professionals oftentimes will, with a trend bar, which is a solid bar that has a very little wick on the top and is larger than most of the bars surrounding it, closes above that consolidation region. That's where we would decide to make our purchase. So when we decide to buy this market, we can buy it on market on the close of the first trend bar that has very little wick above it. That I use a Keltner band that pushes against the Keltner band here. So when that pushes against the Keltner band, we can enter the market right near the close there in a market order, and then place our stop below that trend bar. That market generally will go at least a one-to-one of the length of that trend bar, and somebody could then take profits on that 1-to-1. Oftentimes with a move like this, when there's another trend bar, it'll take a little pause, and then it'll show that the wicks are beginning on the top side, letting us know that there's going to be a pullback soon in the market, and somebody could take even more than 1-to-1 out of that. Likely there was a 2-to-1 involved in there. And that's a real simple technique to take out. See how that technique tends to work on any given market, but it works very good in crude oil. If somebody could take that amount out of the market that we were talking about there, it would be about 110.21 to the 2-to-1 being 110.41, let's say. That would be a 20-tick movement or a $200 movement per contract of crude oil. The risk in that trade there would be if somebody put a stop loss below the current trend bar, you would have about a 10-tick risk or a $100 risk for a $200 reward. If somebody keeps exploiting that type of a risk reward, that would be a phenomenal type of trade to continue to do, and it's based on the professionals coming in and pressing the market. They sometimes won't give a big retracement. They're going to press the market very frequently, and when they press it up here, if somebody gets the trade up here, oftentimes they believe that that's too high for the market to be, and they're afraid to put a stop loss way down below it, which in general somebody should. And they prey on that and play on that, and they tend to drive the market even higher without a major retracement, knowing that they're placing more lots and more contracts onto that trade, pushing that market higher, and they're making most of the money, knocking out the shorts that would be involved in the market. If you would like to learn more about professional trading strategies, please visit our website. We have free webinars that people can attend, and hopefully that was a little informative and helpful in your trading, even if you don't attend our site. Many blessings.